It is a beautiful day in Dearborn, Michigan, or should I say Greenfield Village. And this is one of the attractions here in the Henry Ford. In 1929, Henry Ford created Greenfield Village. Guided by the philosophy of learning and doing, Ford not only paid tribute to his friend and hero Thomas Edison, but also gave Americans a chance to experience history firsthand. His vision was realized by relocating and preserving an unrivaled collection of authentic historic buildings into an American village. Today, Greenfield Village embodies the spirit of Henry Ford's bold vision. Farmers, artisans, inventors, writers, shopkeepers, and railroad workers carry out their daily tasks throughout this changing landscape. The energy is unmistakable as their powerful and inspiring stories bring 300 years of the American experience to life every day. So here we go, folks, to Greenfield Village here in Dearborn, Michigan. And you couldn't ask for a nicer day. Temperatures are probably in the mid-70s with a beautiful breeze, not a cloud in the sky. And I have the ever so lovely Yanae with me to tour the Greenfield Village. So this is going to be a good opportunity for you, Yanae, being from Venezuela, to get a real sense of the American history, you know, so it should be really, really good. Let's go in and check it out. Do you have our tickets?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
You sure? Okay, let's go. Let's check out Greenfield Village. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about this attraction, and I'm anxious to go inside and check it out. You don't have to get very far inside the front gate to realize this really is a special place. You can see a horse-drawn carriage coming along here, and I think Yanae said she wants to go on the carriage. So somewhere over here is going to be the Ford farm. I think Henry Ford grew up in Michigan, and somewhere up ahead is the Ford farm. So we'll go see if we can't find that. Just a wonderful smell as you're walking along here. It smells like you're on a farm. Some people that might not be a wonderful smell, but for me, I always like the smell of hay and manure and all that good stuff. Maybe because people are always telling me that I'm full of it. But nonetheless, let's go check this out. Working farms. When the tillage begins, other arts follow. The farmers, therefore, are the founders of human civilization. Daniel Webster, lawyer and politician. So let's go take a look. This would take us right down Main Street here. And we'll walk down, well, it sounds like a good place to start is Main Street. Now here comes a, looks like a Model T turning in right down there. Maybe they give you some rides in that, ride in a Ford. So let's go check this place out, all right? All right, as my friend Ed over in Genoa, Italy would say, here we are. This is none other than the Ford home. When restoring this house, Henry Ford made sure everything was exactly as he remembered. For 18 months, he sent people around the country searching for the dining room stove like the one that was in his boyhood home. Here in this farmhouse, young Henry learned the values of simplicity and hard work. But he still hated doing farm chores, which he considered boring. So here it is, folks, and it continues to read, Ford was born and grew up here with his 5 brothers and sisters. His father, William, was a hard-working farmer. His mother, Mary, was passionate about her family and keeping things in order. Although he loved his parents, Henry Ford realized that the farm life was not for him. At 16, he left home to find opportunities in the growing industries of Detroit. So let's take a walk inside the Ford home here. Look at this. It's always fascinating to come and check out places like this. A little sewing basket. This would be the dining room.
Hello, folks. Hello. Come This is the original house that Henry Ford lived in when he was a child. He was born upstairs in his mom and dad's bedroom. He lived here with his mom, his dad, his grandma, his grandpa, and his 5 younger brothers and sisters. Grandma's room is the first room you saw. Grandpa's room is around the corner. Probably haven't seen that one yet. This is our parlor, and this is where we have all of our nicest things. This is our show-off room. We show off all of our goods that we're able to buy from the city. We're only 8 miles from Detroit, which is one of the largest cities in the country. So we are farming enough to sell. We're cash crop farming, and we're able to buy all these nice things.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So you were zooming in on that table over there, that
Yes.
secretary desk. That is one of the only original artifacts we have left in this house.
This is one of the only original artifacts?
Yes.
And this
desk.
is where Henry might have doodled as a child?
This is actually his father's desk.
Okay.
This is his father's secretary desk, and that is where he kept all of his records of what he sold, what he bought, what he grew, what the weather was like, if he wrote letters. He was an active participant in his community, and he would keep records here as well of
Wonderful.
school
Well, thank you.
treasuries, all that kind of
You
thing.
sure know your history.
I try my best. Thank you.
Fantastic. Would you have liked to have lived back in this time?
There are definitely things that I appreciate about this time. I really enjoy my clothes, especially today because it's a little chilly outside.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I would be able to give up indoor plumbing.
Okay.
I think that's my biggest thing is the running water.
And Facebook.
Facebook,
Maybe?
it's okay. It's all right.
All right, well, thank you. Well, hello, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
And what room is
This
this?
is the sitting room.
This is the sitting room. This is where people would sit,
Yes.
right?
The
That's
name
why
of
they
the
call it
house.
the sitting room.
Exactly. Although
Originally, the house ended at the wall here, and this
Yes.
bedroom was in here, so it was kind of your everything room.
Wonderful. And whose room was this?
This is the only one that we don't know whose it was.
You don't know whose room
No,
this
it was
was.
a later addition.
I see.
So the other ones we could tell you, but this one, I'm not so sure.
And where's Henry's room?
He was upstairs and he shared it with his brother John.
Okay, and are we able to walk up there?
No, it's actually closed up there.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And back here we have the dining area?
Originally a kitchen, but then it's converted into formal dining room once that kitchen was added in the back.
Okay, wonderful.
These are his maternal uncles. They were in these.
Well, unfortunately, we can't go upstairs and see the see Henry's bedroom, but let's. This would be the kitchen. Look at the kitchen here. That's something. Henry Ford's kitchen, growing up. Fantastic. All right, let's go and check out some of the rest of the village. I might ask one of these young ladies if they might, if they have access to the upstairs, maybe they'd take the camera up there and film Henry's room for us. Let's see. Here you're looking at Miller School. Like other children growing up in rural America during the 1800s, Henry Ford got his education in one-room country schools, including this one. Miller School was about 2 miles from Henry's home. So we have found our way to Main Street here in Greenfield Village. As I turn around, you can see Yane reading the sign, and there's his home off in the background. And here is the, I'm not quite sure what this building is here. The Ford, well, it says the Ford Motor Company. Let's go take a look if we should. Ford Motor Company. After 2 failed attempts, Henry Ford succeeded in the automotive business with Ford Motor Company. This building is modeled after the company's first factory located on Mack Avenue in Detroit. So, this is...
The Tin Lizzy carried me to the top of the American tire business. Other entrepreneurs flourished, and whole new industry came to be. The city of Detroit became the center of the automobile world.
Tell me about the Ford Motor Company's decision to pay its workers $5 per day. That was quite a wage.
Well, it was more than twice what anybody else was paying. Imagine that happening today. $5 a day, you workers from all over the country.
The person who says he is overworked is usually working the wrong way.
piston hanging
I
from the
think
boat
Henry
yesterday?
Ford
It was this
used to Henry
big?
Ford. For me, it's
15 million Ford. So there it is, folks. 15th million Ford right there.
Well, this is the actual
1927.
Model T that was made.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and for the low price of $7.50, you can find yourself riding around Greenfield Village in one of these vehicles. I'm not sure if it's a Model T or not, but nonetheless, they're loading the vehicle up, and off they're going to go. You have a horn on this? There you go. All right. So there the guy goes, shooting his horn. Riding around Greenfield Village, and up comes the next vehicle here. Maybe I can show you the inside.
You want to stand over there, I'm going to bring them out that way.
Coming in one after the other.
You're very welcome. Hey guys, how are you?
Drive it like you stole it.
Enjoy your ride.
And off we go. We found ourselves into another shop here along Main Street, and this looks like well, it's a hat shop. They're making hats here. And these are hats that I imagine you would have seen back in the day. Look at that. And then as a treat, just down here, we have a lovely lady that's making some hats.
Hello.
And it's a, hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you today?
Good, you're making hats, huh?
Yes, I finished this one earlier today, and now I'm starting on a new one.
Now can I see what that hat would look like on you?
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. There you go. All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
All ready for the Kentucky Derby.
Right. And
Right.
in the 1890s, you wore all the decorations on the front.
Uh-huh, wonderful. Well, thank you very, very
You're
much.
welcome.
And did you do all these hats?
No, there's 8 of us.
There's 8 of you here.
Yes.
Okay, well, nonetheless, you did a lot of them, didn't you?
There are 4 of those are mine.
And do you sell these hats?
Yes, we
They're,
do.
They're
Sold
for
one
sale,
just a
huh?
little while ago.
Wonderful. And could she try one on?
Okay, the hats. All right, there's 2 different categories.
Okay.
If you just want to try one on for fun, there's hats on the glass counter.
On the glass counter there.
Right, if you want to buy a hat, you can try these on.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. Yanae, let's try on one of these hats. I think that this hat right there would look really nice on you, this one. Go ahead and try this hat on. No, do you want to try that one on? Which one? You're going to try that hat on. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this hat on. Let's see. Look here. Well, you have to look here now. Oh, very nice. That is very nice. You could have been back here. You could have been Henry Ford's girlfriend.
Yes.
You know, maybe you could have been Henry Ford's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Try on another one. Huh? Try this one on. Try this one on. Okay. Let's see. Okay, look here. Let's see. Wow. Oh, yes. That's definitely nice. Miss Venezuela. Okay. We are about to walk into one incredible piece of history. This is the Wright Cycle Company that was brought here to Dearborn from Dayton, Ohio. And this was the actual bike shop that the Wright Brothers had. So let's go on inside, take a look here. So you'd say, good morning, Wilbur. My bike ready? You know, and look at that. So here you can see they have got solar cycle oil lamps for sale. The Searchlight gas lantern, you can see. Give you a nice view of that. And this would have been their desk. Their office, rather. Then you step in here, And this gentleman here was telling me something about this. What is this building here? They did what here?
This is the original Wright Brothers cycle shop from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, and back here they did what?
Back here is where they actually built the flyer in 3 separate sections.
They built the flyer back in this room.
Right.
In 3 separate sections.
So you're looking at the middle section of the flyer right there in the center.
Okay, so this is where they built it, folks. They did it in 3 separate sections.
We could complete a part, send it by rail to Kitty Hawk, and then we already had advanced.
Wow.
Reset it out,
I don't know how well you can see this in here, but nonetheless, there it is. There's the center section right there. You can see it right there in the back. Can you imagine I'm sitting around having lunch one day and saying, hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we try to build something that'll fly? Look at that. And their home is right next door, so we'll go check that out as well. Here's the part of the bike shop where they do their work. Thousands of pages had been written on the so-called science of flying, but for the most part, the ideas set forth, like the designs for the machines, were mere speculations, and probably 90% were false. Wilbur Wright. There you have it. All right, let's go check out their home. Here comes a horse-drawn carriage. You don't want to do the 750 car ride. You can take a tour around Greenfield Village in a horse-drawn carriage. There they go. All right. Forever to be remembered on YouTube rather. This would be the Wright family home. The Wright family loved to learn. They had a library of books with many different authors and thinkers, and they enjoyed spirited discussions and debates. Wilbur and Orville Wright grew up in this house where they did much of the design work for the airplane. Will you look at that? Looks like they were quite patriotic as well. The Wright brothers' mother, Susan, died before they even started their experiments with airplanes. She had always encouraged her sons to work with tools and machines. Their father, Milton, supported his sons in their bicycle business and in their experiments with flight. Neither Wilbur or Orville attended college. So I don't know if we can go in. Hopefully we can take you for a step inside, just as we did the Ford home. And sure enough, we can. Stepping into history right here, folks. Hello, sir. Look at this home here. A little bit different than the farm that Henry grew up on. You can see you got some flowers all up on the ceiling there.
Very same house. House started out in Dayton, Ohio. Moved to Greenfield Village in 1936.
1936 they moved this building here. Here would be the dining room, and I'm overhearing the man saying there's 4 bedrooms upstairs. I'd imagine they don't let people go upstairs, up and down the stairs, because of the amount of traffic that would be taking people through. And this would be the kitchen off here, which is closed off. And back here it looks like there's some type of a shed of sort, workshop perhaps. Here in the back. All right, let's go see some of the rest of the village. The one, the only, Thomas Alva Edison, 1847 to 1931. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Thomas Alva Edison. This bronze statue memorializes Thomas Edison. Henry Ford greatly admired Thomas Edison. He asked American sculptor James Earl Frazier to create this statue because Edison inspired Ford in his own inventions and in his life. Thomas Edison sat for the statue during the last several months of his life. It was cast in 1949. So there you have it. Look at that. Nice, beautiful, beautiful bronze statue. All right, let's continue on with the tour. This part of the village is called Edison at Work. And down at my home in Fort Myers, Florida, there's the Edison and Ford winter estates down there. That's actually a wonderful, wonderful place to visit in and by itself. Thomas Edison's Menlo Park complex. Menlo Park Laboratory is the birthplace of Thomas Edison's electric lighting system, the first phonograph, and many other inventions. Thomas Edison believed the best creations came from people working together. His team of workers brought both traditional craft skills and new scientific knowledge to the exciting challenges facing them at this very laboratory. So we're going to go take a look here. And off to the right as you walk in, you have Thomas Edison's Menlo Park machine shop. Thomas Edison's machinists took the ideas of Edison and his workers and made them into working models. Many were later made into actual products. So here is the building where they would have done all that. Let's take a look. There's a bird flies in just ahead of me. So here is here's the machine shop. Look at. Can't help but to notice up on the ceiling they got these belts coming down here to the floor. Look at that. And look at the light bulb. You can see that. Really, really a wonderful, wonderful collection of American, if not world history, all in one place. Let's go see what else is in this part of Greenfield Village. And we found our way to Thomas Edison's Menlo Park Laboratory. This laboratory was the heart of the Menlo Park complex. I could just see Thomas saying, "Meet me in the laboratory." Here you got some furnaces. Workers use these 3 furnaces to heat strips of bamboo, wood, and other materials in airtight graphic boxes. Look at that. How does the saying go? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. So now we're coming into this.
Get like a more natural moment a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Just keep on moving it.
Well, can you stop just a second, please?
And it simply works.
They're doing some photography over here. Right up here is a photo shoot.
It simply works.
It's a picture of a picture. Perfect.
Invisible sound.
There is a couple of you there.
Rotate
Rotate it just a little bit more so it's like the record facing me.
Hello, welcome.
Great.
Edison put a diaphragm here. You can see that circular diaphragm. Looks and feels like plastic. It's actually mica, a mineral, with a needle right in the middle. So when you speak into it, your voice vibrations vibrate the diaphragm with the needle attached.
You guys stand there. I'm gonna
They'll make an indentation onto the tin foil of your voice vibrations.
Really,
And,
really is a nice, nice
It's not
display
sharp
here.
enough to cut through the tinfoil, just like hills and valleys of your voice vibrations. So I'm going to make a recording right now. Does anybody know the first recorded words in human history?
Come here, I need you.
Nope, that was Watson with the telephone.
Oh.
But that was a good guess. It was actually Mary Had a Little Lamb, the nursery rhyme. That's what Edison chose. So I have to pretty much yell into it, so you might want to step back a Hello, Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Ha, ha, ha. Is that loud enough? Just kidding.
There you have it, folks. Only on Tom
So you
TV.
can see the
Tom
recording I made.
TV.
Of my voice, indentations. And now I'm simply going to rewind it back to the beginning. And the needle will ride in them grooves and kick back out my voice vibrations. And it's very faint, not loud like when I scream, starting with hello. Yeah, you could still kind
There
of
you
make
have
that
it,
up.
folks.
This is from
Is that cool
1878.
or what?
So every year it got better and better and better, of course.
1878.
Selling music to the public.
And here we found our way up to the upstairs of the laboratory, and you can see all the lotions and potions, if you will, all these
There's a big
jars
party here
of
in the 50th
different things
anniversary
here.
of the first lighting of the bulb, and there's Thomas Edison sitting in that chair. His good friend Henry Ford watching him adoringly. And this is Herbert Hoover, who was President of the United States, and Francis Yale was one of his engineers that he had here originally. And when he lit the bulb, and everybody, you know, the room just exploded with applause.
Showing a
I'll show you
picture of
what
the
that
first
looks like.
lighting of the
What's that?
light
he
bulb.
had asked if everybody who was broadcasting from radio stations
Look at
that they
this.
would have all the listeners turn their lights off. And so everybody was in darkness. And then he got up from that chair and he took the wire
Here's the
and
chair
wrapped
where he
it
sat
around
right
the
there.
terminal of a one cell battery and lit the bulb. And then everybody clapped and everybody patted him on the back and they had a grand old time. Well, he had been sick that night of the big
Wow.
celebration. He had actually passed out during the evening and had to be revived with warm milk. And so they were concerned about him. And when Henry Ford saw his old friend walk slowly down the stairs, he thought, I don't know if he's ever going to make it back again. He was in his 80s, he was sickly. So he told everybody, nobody touch that chair, had his carpenters nail it to the floor, and there it remains. None of us have touched it since, as
Nobody's
far as
touched
I know.
that chair since Edison sat in it last. Isn't that
And you
something?
see that you change the foil without
Right?
This is the Sarah Jordan boarding house. The Sarah Jordan boarding house was one of the first homes ever to be wired for electrical light. More than a dozen unmarried male workers from Thomas Edison's Menlo Park laboratory lived in this boarding house. It was run by widow Sarah Jordan. After a long day at work, men who were employed at Edison's Menlo Park laboratory came to this boarding house where they spent most of their free time. Sarah Jordan lived in and ran the house with help from her adopted daughter, Ida, and a maid. The three women took care of the boarders and offered lunch to visitors who came to see the new developments at the Menlo Park complex, built around 1870 in Menlo Park, New Jersey. So let's go and take a look inside. One of the very first homes ever wired for electrical. Check this out. This was the boarding house for the workers. Step in, you could see where they might sit and play some cards on a Friday night. Little chess set there. And turn around over here, you've got another sitting room there. Right on the table there, it looks like something that you would look at photographs with. You can see that. is where you would sit and grab yourself a nice piece of pie. Look at that. I don't think that's the original pie. I think that's actually a replica of a pie from back in that day. But who knows? Step in here, a little bit of a crowd. You can actually go upstairs here, but this would be the kitchen. You see, you have some loaves of bread. It took many hands to keep this house running, to knead the bread and boil the dirty clothes, to empty the shops and sweep the floors, to clear the table and more before the chores were finished. So here's the kitchen in the home. Now let's go upstairs and take a look.
A nice man and neat in his
Walk
ways.
in this room and there's narration of
Now
what you might
this
hear in
room.
the house.
I'll pick up after these three, but it's the last time. Heaven only knows what I'll find on the floor. In the room next door, it's Mr. Holzer. You can tell which things are his, girly pictures and fancy bay rum. One day I even saw a knife on the dresser. He's a bit wild next to young Mr. Hipple and smart Mr. Lawson, but they all seem to get along, most of the time. Now what's left? Finish the bedrooms. Tried to get this all done in the forenoon, but there's still beds to do up and the floor in the small bedroom that needs scrubbing. And tomorrow's wash day. On floor, heat water, well, rinse the clothes and hang off the yarn. And then the next day it's the iron. Oh, I don't know if it's washing it, cleaning, there's no more. Well, it's the day to clean and I just get finished. Already tidied up Mr. Griffin's room upstairs. Oh, he's a nice man and neat in his ways. Now this room. I'll pick up after these. It's time to open the window and find on the floor. In the room next door, it's Mr. Holzer. You can tell which things are his.
And on our way out, this is Sarah's bedroom. Privacy was difficult to find in a house shared with strangers. Keepsakes competed for space with necessities in the only room Sarah Jordan and her daughter could really call their own. So this was Sarah Jordan and her daughter's bedroom here. All right. We found our way to a place here in Greenfield Village where they got a lot of really old homes. I mean, back into the 1700s. And you're looking at William Holmes McGuffey birthplace. And here in the snug cabin, the McGuffey family lived, ate, slept, and visited friends and families from nearby. And William Holmes McGuffey created his easy-to-understand eclectic readers based on his unique upbringing and experiences on the frontier. So, one family lived in this cabin. Can you imagine? Let's take a look inside. One family.
Is that why you've come home so early? Supper isn't yet ready.
Supper can wait. Anna, come. Sit at the table. I need to talk to you. Sit. Stop fussing, woman. I've heard from my friend Duncan.
And how is Nancy?
I'm sure his wife is fine. But he sent word to me that there's plenty of land in Ohio. Land, Anna. Land that we can claim as our own.
But we have a farm here in Pennsylvania among our people.
But Ohio has land that we can grow on. Not so near to where Duncan's farm lies. That part of the country is already being settled. While I was an Indian scout in those parts, I saw a beautiful piece of country a little north of where he's farming.
There you have it. And yet another piece of history. Logan County Courthouse. Abraham Lincoln protected the law in this very courthouse between 1840 and 47. Abraham Lincoln tried cases here as a traveling lawyer. Visiting once or twice a year, he worked mostly on cases resolving neighbors' disagreements over land, contracts, and debt. Let's go take a look at this building. Certainly no shortage of history in this incredible collection of history. Hope that came out right. All right. Order in the court. I could just hear the judge saying that as Lincoln rose up and said, Your Honor, please, hear what I have to say. Something like that. So isn't that something? Right here in this courthouse, the one and only Honest Abe argued his cases. Isn't that something? Oh, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I noticed you smiling as I was walking in, thinking, this guy must be a YouTube celebrity. And I hope I get on his channel. Something like that? Maybe? No? Okay. Well, what can you tell me about this building here?
This building was built in the 1840s
1840?
in a small town called Postville, Illinois.
Okay.
And the town of Postville had the county seat for
Uh-huh.
what is now called Logan County,
Okay.
which means that they were the courthouse that everyone in that town and the towns surrounding would have gone to.
Interesting. And Abe Lincoln used to come in here?
Yes. When he traveled on a circuit, which would take 4 months to travel to a bunch of different courthouses, this is one of the ones he would have came to.
Wonderful. Was he a good lawyer, do you think?
I believe he was.
Yeah, did he win a lot of his cases?
I believe so.
Do you know
He
I'm
was
sorry?
smart, and he knew that in order to get the good cases, the ones that paid more,
Uh-huh.
he would have to be friends with the judge.
Wow.
So he would try to share the hotel rooms with the judge if he could, because no one else wanted to.
I see. Now, I want you to really impress me, okay? I want you to tell me about one specific case that he...
I do not know his case.
You don't know that?
No, I don't.
Okay, but you'll go home and tonight and
Yeah.
you'll learn about
I'm
that,
new,
right?
so I'm going to look up one of his.
Huh?
I said I'm newer, so I don't know a lot about
Okay,
his
but you'll go
cases,
home
but
tonight
I'll
and
go
you'll
look.
research that, right?
Yeah.
One specific case that he argued.
I will.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you
too.
very much. Okay? There you have it, folks. All right. Now, the staff here is just fantastic. And what tour of Greenfield Village would be complete without capturing the carousel? So let's go check out the carousel here as we find our way out to the exit. Look at that. I wonder which animal Yanae would go on. Yanae, maybe she would ride the giraffe. Or maybe she'd ride the tiger. I think Yanae would ride the tiger. Right? The tiger. So, or maybe she would ride the chicken or the rooster. Maybe the frog. Let's continue on. How wonderful. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, a woman from America, a woman from, I don't know, China, a woman from Venezuela. They see ice cream and they say, give me some of that, you know? So we're on our way out of Greenfield Village. Did you like our tour today? You liked it? Yeah? What did you like the best?
The best?
I know what she liked the best. No, she liked this the best. That's what she liked the best. She liked the ice cream the best. And you know what? With me, the ice cream really is a close second maybe to seeing Ford's birthplace or the laboratory where Edison worked, or you know, all that other stuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this this visit today to Greenfield Village, and have a great day. Hope that you make it here someday as well, or if you've been here already, hope you make it back. Take care. Okay, bye. How do you say goodbye in Spanish? Adios.
Adios.
Adios. Ciao.
Adios.
They say ciao in Italy.
No, in Spanish also.
In Spanish also?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ciao. Arrivederci. No? Not arrivederci? No? Okay. See you later. Bye.
You see?
From very first pulling into the parking lot today, we've heard the train, the steam engine, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's just coming into the station right here. So comes the train into the station here in Greenfield, and maybe I can give you a nice shot of it. Takes people around the village, I'm sure. There's your number 7. The Detroit and Lima Northern. So there you have it, folks. A day in, well, a couple hours in Greenfield Village. Take care. Have a great day.